Okay. Test. Okay, right. This works. Volgens mij wel. Morning, everyone. Let's go over the market today. Let's see what happened. Let's go in journal. Let's go everything. First of all, I wish you all a very great happy Easter. And we're going live today, so if you're willing to join, you're always welcome. I'm live on YouTube trading today. So, want to join the markets? Join me on YouTube channel, and I'll see you there. Happy Easter. Okay, hope everybody hear me clear. I'm going to go over the markets. where we at, what we did, and if we will take a trade today, we will see the market did already hugely. I've seen the market move up 400 points today, 347 points. That's more than average. Oh, let's go over Friday's trade, or Thursday's trade actually that we took. Clean move. We didn't hit full TP, but I mentioned on Discord that I put an end on the trades before open, and that was actually a great idea to do because the market rallied all the way back to that 6-8 level, and like I said, equal highs, liquidity, it tapped into it, and then we start moving further down. And this was actually those highs. So this was a great trade, even with a half hour. Very nice trade. Let me take a look if I journaled it before I continue. No, I did not fully journal it. Didn't take an end screenshot, so I'll take it. Happy Easter, by the way, for everybody. Let's make it a great year. Before we start, Forex Factory, let's take a look if we have news today. I have no idea. Yeah, we do have news at 4 p.m. So let's zoom out. Let's say previous week, low and high. Definitely a strong and fungled candle. So this looks like a bullish candle. So it could be upwards for today. We got about 5 more minutes before open is done, and then we will take a look. Remember to always set these out. Okay, so previous day high and low has already been taken, so not much liquidity on those ends. We do have a daily FVG right here still that's not fully tapped. I'm gonna be a bit patient, want to see how the market moves. There is a possibility that we go all the way back to that daily for value gap that's not fully tapped. But there is just as much opportunity that we take out this last bit of liquidity just up here. So we will see how open shows everything, and then we will take a look where we're at. At the first sight, it looks like the market is headed upwards. So we had an opening gap right here of the day, or the week opening gap. We already fully taken it out. We taken our previous day high, Friday's high actually. That was right here. We got rejected, came into a 15-minute for value gap and immediately had like a huge shift. So there is a possibility that we take out this liquidity and even come back to this area. So let market do its thing. We got 5 more minutes, and then we will see how the market develops, if we can take anything. For now, we are just moving sideways. So we're ranging right here. I do not have a clear view what the market wants to do right now, so I'm going to be a bit more patient until I see exactly what it wants to do. Because we swept all liquidity right now, and then it's not as easy to say where the market wants to head to. We take now previous day high and low already. On Friday's high and low. The only thing that we still have intact is previous week high. That's up here from Wednesday. So this month I'm up at 2.5 R for this month. We took two trades and two profitable trades we made. So a good start of the month. Let's see if we can keep this up. Morning, Nigel. It was Easter yesterday, and this morning for with me and my for my kid too. Just she had to search for the eggs. I'm not sure is this actually something they do in every country? Search for eggs, the kids, while the parents actually hide them and the kids are looking for it. So that's 4 hour of choppy market right now. So I do not really like this. So if we're short, our stop will be at this high. Oh, that's a decent move already. That's a 70-point stop. That was the last swing high that we took actually. Maybe if you find something lower. Not really. So this is Asia high. Asia low. So we had a bit of a chop market right here. No for valley gaps. First one got neglected. Second one got taken, and we got back into that range. So I'm gonna be patient until this choppiness is over and see where the market wants to go to. Unless I got a clear view where we want to go to, I will not take a trade. It's Easter today, so I'm not sure that the banks are even open. I know they always do something different than actually we all have. Bitcoin moved up today very nicely. So probably we get out of this range. Finally, we could get back to 74 or higher. Ethereum is definitely building up liquidity right here, so probably we'll take out this liquidity one more time if we want to go up. This is too close to take actually to Asia high. A 70-point move, but not really an entry point. So I'm gonna be patient until we actually sweep Asia high. If we sweep Asia high and take that liquidity and we see a shift in structure back to the downside, I'm gonna take a short. But until we get there, I'm probably gonna be patient because now we're in this choppy range and we take now both sides of liquid of for value gaps, and the market is actually not showing any movement to the upside or downside right now. The market is definitely moving upwards, but that's all right now. Okay, public holiday in the UK today, not a public holiday in the US today. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah, in Belgium it's also a public holiday, Easter Monday. My wife was already asking me, "Are you trading today?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." So first 15 minutes, what do we do? We had a down movement candle back in our range, and we've taken out most of this liquidity right here. So if you would see this as a movement, we came back. Oh, if you don't know how to do trading range part movements, if you ever want to do this, I would not recommend it. But if you ever do trade range movements, you can see this the same movement. So if you put a range and you draw a rectangle, you have two parts again. The upper part, let's make red, to short from, and the lower part to long off. If you ever do this, I tried this, this works, but I prefer not to do it. I just try to do one, always one movement. So how do you trade it? If you have a clear high and a clear low where constantly the market comes back to, you can short anything from this point, that's 75 points, 0.75 to that's 0.25. So you want to short then the market, anything above this area, put it at a highs. This will be very small trades with most of the time bigger risk than you actually want to. So this could be a 2R from the high tapped back to the lows and into that 75 points or 25 points you want to stop trading. You do not want to take it all the way to the lows because it does not always hit that part. Same to the other side. If you want to long off of it, it do exactly the same. Stops at the low and you trade it upwards. This is how you can trade ranging. But only if it ranges. This is a chopped market. There are no for value gaps inside on a higher time frame. So this is an hourly. This is just chopped. You do not trade it when it's like this. Only if you have a clear view that the market is actually ranging, you can, but not when it's chopping. And then you will see the market constantly go down, go back up to that 7.5 level, go back down to that 25, back up. You can actually make a 2R out of this. So is it possible to trade? Yes. Do I do it? Most of the time, no. So that's why I'm going to be patient until we get out of this movement. I'll set up my other computer right now in the meantime. So ECB Stauron speaks at 11. So today will be a patient game until we have a clear movement of the market right now. Because you can see in these 15 minutes is just not doing anything. So we are going to do the same until we have a clear action movement. So the smartest thing is always, if you do not see it clear, the markets, like right now, the market taking out most of the liquidity. If you do not have a clear view where the market wants to go to, the only thing that you can do is be patient. That's all what you can do until you have a clear view again from what the market actually wants to do. Unless you have a clear plan that actually shows that the market shows you what it wants to do, go up or down, do not touch it. It's just gonna be a waste of your money. So be patient until we have that clear direction. It's a must. Because what did the market do? It came back down. So we had this move upwards. So if we take our flip tool, we can say the market came back to fair value of price right here. So you can see the market tapped exactly that 50 level, and then the market started moving back upwards. Taking out the high, so that means it made a break of structure to the upside. So it retested that movement, so we can retake this move as a second move it made. What did it do? It came back to fair value of price and it almost tapped that 62 level. There still is a fair value gap left under, and that's a daily. So my idea is that we will come back, actually tap that one more time, but there is no security right now to know if it wants to take out Asia high first before it goes back down, or does it immediately want to drop right here? Because this, the market did not show yet. So what did it do? It made a structure downwards, it came back fair value, price, and it moved away. Most of the time, the market, first of all, comes at least back to this high before moving down again. So I believe the market will do this, tap it, if it wants to go down, and then move this direction. But if it sweeps Asia high, yes or no, before we do that, I have no idea yet. So I will need to be patient until we see that move happen, and then we will take a short downwards if we get up to this high, and we see a small shift in 5 minutes, I will take a short. If we come down here, first of all, I'll take a long from here back to the upside, because the market is now moving slowly upwards again. So those are the main ideas I have right now. But we're inside two ranges, so not really a point to start trading from here off. So in the meantime, while we have patience, if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get myself a drink. Give it up and hold on. Give it up and hold on. Okay, I'm back, and the market is still at the same location right now, so not much that I want to do about this. So I'm not gonna take a micro trade or something. It's not gonna be that's not my thing. So we can see the market is just sideways movement. I will be here at least 1 more hour. So if we have the luck that the market moves in the first hour, we can take a trade, of course. We definitely will. So I'm just watching what the market is actually doing on the charts beside us on a lower time frame. I don't want to give you guys the feeling what the market is doing. Look, it's just sitting here, so don't do anything. Would be nice to see if we can tap. We have on here not. So on MMQ we have a small void up here. So I want to see if we can tap this, how the market then acts. So we have liquidity right here that it will take. We have a 1 minute for value gap still left open here. That got untapped. So I want to see how do we act off of it. Do we continue or do we have then a shift in structure? If we could have a shift in structure, we could take a small trade down back into this area. But I want to see if we get to this area, what do we do? So because look, here we take now the top of the range and we take now the low of the range. That means that the market was undecided. And if this happens, you do not have much of movement or you have to be very fast with trading. I prefer slower tradings or slower trades that we actually have time to navigate. So here we get that liquidity sweep. We got that tap. Now I want to see what does the market do. Does it push straight through it and go all the way up? Now we have a possibility that we take out these wicks and go actually to Asia high. We got about 20 minutes before the full open of London. So we will go to 24,272. I want to see us go to, and I want to see how do we act off of it. We Yeah, we got 2 points off of it. We'll probably take another 20 minutes before we can take anything, so be patient. Probably will be more at open or full open of London. So this is a good time to actually learn to do nothing. I know it's not the most fun thing to do, but that's trading. If you were online at this area, that would have been a very nice movement. When open came, actually, I was not awake. So if you do not take a trade, just be okay with it for the day. It's just another trading day. We will have more opportunities this week than just this movement. So you already know my idea, or I want to see the market come down here, or we want to see if we have a liquidity sweep of Asia high. Until that happens, so or we want to see a tap of this to take a long off of it, or we want to see a sweep of Asia high or this liquidity at least, and then see a structural shift to a 62 level. So if you do not want to be sitting behind your chart, so say that you are at home and you want to do this alone, and you want to be patient until one of those got swept, just take your, if you have trading view, just draw a line off of it, set your alarm at the side right here, press on the plus button and set add an alarm. So once the market moves up or down, you can actually set that alarm straight away off of it, and you will get a notification then once we hit that area. Once it you can put it on crossing, cross to the upside or the downside. I always put on crossing because both count at that point. You can also set add notifications where you want to have that notification. Same for the lower part. So say that you want to head this area, you can do the same. When the price enters this rectangle, create. So you have an alarm on it. You can see it right here. This is a way that you can actually start charting your charts and don't need to sit behind it constantly. As long as TradingView is open, you will hear it from your computer or your PC, laptop, or anything else. But if you have notifications on for your cell phone, you can also get it straight on your cell phone. So here we have the void part that I wanted to see what happens. So we're now above, exactly at that void. And we'll probably take out a wicks high. We have one more for value gap or POI right here, where we could have changing character. And we got about 15 minutes until open. So that would be a nice indication that at open we sweep Asia and then have a change in direction. So if you watch the hourlies, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, and this hourly now swept those liquidities down below. We didn't take everything, so I was hoping at least that we would take out everything before moving, but we did not. So let's see. So we got 30 minutes still open, and then we will have a clear view of the market. If we sweep at open, immediately Asia high, and have a 10-minute or a 5-minute shift in structure with a value gap in, we will take it definitely a short. So we have 10 more minutes still open. Let's hope we have a nice movement and open that we can take something from. We have two 5 minute for valley gaps right here that we did not tap yet. So I want to see if open swings us down and we come into one of those gaps. I would dare to long off of it back to Asia high too. But right now it looks like it wants to take out Asia high. The good thing is that we are out of this choppiness, so we will have a clear direction now. So this is very clear to see. So we have both options, and this is the best thing that we can have right now. So at 8 minutes before open, looks like it will push to Asia high. If we take out previous high and weak together, and we continue to the upside, we can trade it too, of course. But this is like the best position that we could have. We did not yet take it out, so let's see. Do we push through it? So we have 5 more minutes for open. Thank you for mentioning it, that gun. But I'm just not watching NQ. I do not watch difference. I do not compare them either. I just watch one chart and I want to see it on NQ happen before doing anything. And if I do not see a structural shift back down, once we taken out Asia high and previous week high, we'll probably take out both in one time. I'm not gonna do anything. We did create now a 15-minute for value gap right here. So if we break that high and we continue, we actually made a new break of structure to the upside. Now we have to take just the last move. This was our last move until we have a shift. So we come back at least back to this area. Unless we take it out, I'm gonna be patient. So at 10, if you do not have any movement by 10:30, I'm gonna get off the screen. I'm not gonna be sitting here all day just to take a trade. So if we do not have a shift in structure, or we do not have a sweep of both liquidities and a fair value gap that we can trade off to continue that long, or once we have a shift in structure here to take a short back at least to this level, or even back to that 62 level. If we do not find this in the next half hour, I will not take a trade. So for anybody new to trading, if you do not trade behind it, if you are sitting behind the charts and do not trade that day, that's okay. You do not every day need to trade. So here's open, 10 seconds. So this is open. So it now swept Asia. Let's see if we get that shift back to the downside. If we do, we'll take a short. So this was what we were patient for. We just swept Asia right here. Now, if we have a structural shift downwards, we take a short. If not, and the market keeps going, I'm gonna take a look if we find a value I have to trade off to continue that long. But where to, I still need to take a look for that. So anybody in here knows I do not trade open. So the first 15 minutes, we will be patient until we see a clear shift or a continuation. But for now, we still have movement to the upside, so everything looks like it wants to continue for now. So this is probably going to take our previous week high. If it does, then all the liquidity is gone, and then it's very clear that we can take a short. So just be patient. Yeah, I will keep repeating this because I know how many traders are behind the screens and immediately want to start trading. So it's not how many trades you take, it's actually how good is your setup when you take a trade. That's much more important. See if we get that shift here. Yes or no. If we get a shift right here, I'm gonna put my stop at as high, short off of it, but I do want to see a structure shift first. So 5 more minutes until the open is done. Then we will see what this market wants to do. Do we indeed continue to drop right here? No shift yet. Market is just sitting here. Not in anything yet, just watching, seeing if we can, how low we can actually take this. So if we have a sweep, it should be right now, because we've taken out twice now the liquidity. So if we swift, this would be the most logical time that it does it. Does not really have so much strength that we actually immediately move to the high. So want to see what happens here. Hmm. So here we probably get that shift. If we get a value gap and we can trade into it, I'll take a short. So I want to be able to take a value gap somewhere now to take a short from. So I want to have a small retest into it. Okay, I'm gonna take a light position short right here. Stops at this high. So I do want to see immediately push down to half hour. No full structure shift yet, but looks like the market wants to shift right here. So I'm gonna take a half hour risk, shorting the market. So I'm in a short. My entry is at 24,325. 24,325 right here. A half hour risk in a short. Want to take it back to this area. If we get swept, it will probably take out Asia high, a weekly high. And stops are at 24,340. So a little bit above this right here. Half risk. Reason why we're trading against the major trend right now. The market did not make a full shift, and I wanted to be in it before the market actually plumped down. If we do get stopped, that will be the only trade I take. Half our risk again. No full shift structure yet, and the market is still pushing upwards. And we didn't sweep previous week high. So do not risk a full R here. Again, do not risk a full R. This will probably get stopped. If it gets stopped, this will be the only trade I take. The market was hanging around here for a while, so I was expecting the market to shift. We had like 2 pushes down, a nice candle, and was expecting us to come one more time back up to that equal high and then drop immediately. But if the market goes up from here, I'm not gonna touch it. I hope you guys are still in. It didn't tap me out. It did came to my stop, but didn't get tapped. I'm still in, but that was very, very close. Yeah, this will probably now with my stop. Okay, take my journal for a second. Yeah, now that was my stop. So got stopped, minus a half hour on the day. Now we take our previous week, what we'll do. So journal your trades always. This will help you. And it's so we are the 6th of April and we took a trade at 10:15 and 10:20 we got stopped. I'll still live for another 5 minutes. See what happens after we sweep previous week high. Yeah, same here, Nigel. Got stopped too. So see if we get that shift now. Was only a half risk, so I can take one more chance at this if we do get a shift right now. Otherwise, I will not take anything else. Because the market still shows strength right now, so doesn't look like we will have that shift, so I will not take another trade. Market keeps going upwards as long as it goes up and we do not have a shift or a retest. I will put an alarm on this area right here. If we get to that area today, I'll send it in Discord. I'll probably take one more try to take a long off of this if we get back into that range. But for now, I'm not gonna do anything anymore. I'm gonna leave it for this for today. I wanted to see us at least get out of this range, but I wanted to see a shift right here. We did not, so we got stopped, and the market looks like it still wants to upwards at this point. So no more trades for me in the morning session. We go home with a minus a half hour. That's more than enough. Unless we have a clear shift in structure, not much that we can do. So I want to see us actually hit this area and then continue. But for now, the market just wants to continue. So as long as we do not have any retest off of this, there's not much that I can trade off. And I have a meeting in about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, so I do need to get off. So I wish you all a very good trading session for the rest of the day. We will see if we get any more trades. The market at this point looks like it just wants to continue upwards, so I'm not going to touch it unless I have a clear shift in structure with a nice entry. So like I said, I'll put my alarm on this level. If we get to that area, I'll mention it in Discord. And for the rest, I will not take anything else. I wish you all a great trading session for the rest of the day and see you back tomorrow morning.